stay tuned, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rise.
It's coming for you, coming for you, it's coming for you, coming for you.
Oh Lord, do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest, a bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit. Ain't no gotta roll out. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I roll on hustle out the band though. Oh yeah. Hustle out the band though. Yeah. Roll it. Let it burn slow. Roll it. Gotta let it burn slow. Yeah, anything you want, gotta earn it. Yeah, it's hell a lot of easier, you find your purpose. Giving game, Call of Duty, get the murking. Let it burn, flow, put you in the earning. Lead the youth, prosper, that's that new age. Ain't got time for kicking shit, boy, like I'm Luke Kane. Running fast, you can call me A-Trade. Getting T-money, boy, I thought due dates. Yeah, I'm like a souffle, cause I rise high, rise and rise, that's academy. That's the rap. Yeah, that's that rap. Yeah, eat it up, call it rap pack.
Hey man, what's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Cobe Rise and Mother Loving Rise. We back at it again.
She just appears to be just a little bit ghetto to me.
Know what I'm saying? We back at it again with a banger, man. Shout out to my IG family. Shout out to my Facebook family. Shout out to my YouTube family out here in this thing. Man. We're going to give y'all a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give y'all a round of applause out here, man, because we couldn't do it without y'all. And guess what? Your boy is going to be out here taking. Well, let me start by saying this before I even go there. All right. Make sure you guys go and get some of that good herbal sea moss in the building, because that sea moss gonna get you right. Queen Cedar Organics, y'all. We also have the dry sea moss for y'all that want to make y'all sea moss. Take them sea moss. You can blend it yourself. Do what you do. We selling the sea moss by the pound. We selling the sea moss by the pound out here, man. You hear me? So I want to make sure I let y'all know what we got going on, man. We got the gel, obviously, man. And yeah, you're going to start to see a lot more commercials out here, your boy, with the sea moss, man. So we trying to get rid of these big packages out here.
You got a big back.
All right? We ain't got no more big bats coming out here. You feel me? We trying to keep everybody in shape. We're trying to keep everybody healthy, nice and healthy in the game. You heard me? Shout out to my dog, Gaines, in the mother loving building.
Which bumbo clock dog I am? Give me a good
man, what's going on with it, man? All is well out here, bro. I'm feeling healthy, dog. I got something coming for y'all too, bro. So what I'm gonna do, I used to do this for my clients, you know, and I still do it with my clients now, but I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity now to learn what we do from a fitness standpoint. So if you guys are looking to get an actual structured workout plan whenever you walk to the gym, and this is just typically how I do it. I break it down from a strength perspective, but I also go into detail and I break it down with science. I break it down with science, man. So we're gonna do an exclusive live. I'm gonna do it. Make sure you guys like it. So comment below. Give me the flex emoji if y'all want me to do the exclusive live. I'm gonna do it just for y'all. So that way I can give y'all a specific breakdown, step by step, how I do it, what got me there. It took me a decade to do it, and I got it. And so that's part of the reason why we're having the conversation today. The conversation today, we're talking about bodybuilding versus powerlifting, right? And so my breakdown regimen of how I do things specifically is what I'm going to do in this exclusive live. The last time we had, amazing questions. They were really on topic, and they were trying to learn how to do it from a breakdown perspective. And it has been tested, and it works. It works because I do it for my clients and everybody that loses the weight, everybody that gets strong. And I tell everybody this all the time. I want to teach them. So like, I don't want to be a forever client. What I want to do is I want to make sure I teach you the basics, teach you the dynamics. So that way you can use this to your advantage and then get fit in the gym for what you specifically need. All right. I already know gains about a building. You heard me? That boy trying to get right out here. He trying to get right out here. Shout out to you, my dog. And shout out to my brother, man. Ja Body from the Shout out to you, brother, man. Yeah, man. So definitely, they say I want to be, well, yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put everything together. Make sure you guys tap in on my IG because we will be posting the link. I'm gonna have a link to join in so that way you guys can see the live. You will be able to ask questions of how I do things, how I break it down. You dig? And you can actually utilize that time to ask me questions about different sports events that you want to get ready for too. Hence, marathon running, powerlifting, bodybuilding preparation, formations, meaning forms on your lifts, bench press, deadlifts, squats, the auxiliaries, what I call it, right? That's the isolation muscles. How do you do these workouts? What are the proper form techniques for it? What are the reasons for it? You feel me? These are things that I'm going to break down in the exclusive live. And this is just a way for you guys to pick my brain and get you guys prepped. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure we're goal-oriented. We're goal-oriented and outcome dependent. And what that means is you are focusing on a goal to get to a specific outcome. That right there is going to help us determine the outcome, but it also helps us gear the path so you know how to get to your specific outcome with the specific result towards what you want to do. So everybody will have an opportunity to tell me what their goals are. Everybody will have the opportunity to tell me what they want to do, how they want to do it, and we break it down step by step in the exclusive live. It's going to be pretty long, so I'm going to give about an hour and a half. We'll do about an hour and a half. Maybe we might go over. But you know what? I don't mind going over. Want to know why? Because I'm trying to get y'all fit.
We got to get over certain shit.
I'm trying to get y'all fit out here. Amen. Praise the Lord. Shawty Caribbean, what's going on, Shawty? How you feeling? Hey, man, I want to make sure I bless y'all with the game and the knowledge. So make sure you guys ask questions. And Charisma, this is actually a good opportunity for you too. So you can ask questions on weight gain and all these different sorts, right? So weight gain, weight loss, whatever the goal is, we teach you how to get there specifically. And again, the exclusive live is just going to be for you guys. So give me a flex emoji down in the comments if you are looking to join the exclusive live. I will be posting a link in my comment section. So make sure you guys are checking my Instagram because it's going to be posted on Instagram. All right. For sure. Shawty Gang says, definitely, brother. And shout out to my dog David in the building. We're going to get you right, man. So, yeah, like I said, make sure you guys are continuing to watch my IG this week. I'm going to be getting everything organized. So the way I like to do my lives, I like the exclusive lives specifically. What I like to do is I like to get everything structured and organized, kind of like a PowerPoint presentation, right? So when I get the PowerPoint presentation together, you guys will be able to see it from a breakdown perspective, but this is also the chance for you guys to ask questions, which is why I'm going to push it to about an hour and a half to maybe, 2 hours. We'll see depending on how many people join the live, and I'll break it down, and everybody will get a chance to say their goals, where they want to get to, and how we can generate the path for you step by step. Okay. And so I got you down, Gaines. I got you down, Damon. You feel me? I got you, Jabbar. You already know. Gaines, I'm gonna check it every day. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you too. I'm gonna send it to you too, Charisma. So I'm gonna make sure I get you right as well. And everybody will get a chance to ask questions and pick my brain and all these sorts, right? All right, man. So yeah, that's it. And make sure you guys get the Sea Moss Queen City Organics. Yes, we do have the pack, meaning this. We have the gel, but we also sell the dry sea moss by the pound. You heard me? We selling that thing by the pizzan.
I don't even be talking.
All right, man. So
yeah, really
let's get this show started. Let's get the show started. Y'all know the questions have been asking. Bodybuilding, powerlifting, sports, competition, different fitness levels. There are different fitness levels out here, okay? So we got people who are upset about the truths out here when it comes to powerlifting and bodybuilding and all these different athletic forms of competition sports, everything out here. It's some crying soy boy ninjas out here. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to give y'all the game while we do it, though. But, I need some help, bro. I need some help. I need some help from y'all. But, I got to bring my dog on real quick.
And his name is John C.
Bring my dog out here, man. Shout out to my dog Kendall in the building. You heard me? What's going on, broski? How you feeling, man?
How you living, brother? How you living?
Man, bro, let me tell you something, man. I'm living great. I'm actually doing phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
I can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. My mic went out a little bit, but I was saying that I'm doing phenomenal, man. So what I'm gonna do some exclusive lives, and what I mean by exclusive lives is we're going to do a breakdown of what the people want. So most of the time I hear people say they want to get fit. Everybody has different goals, right? Fit can mean anything. And I'm doing an exclusive live for the people that want to do it. And so they're going to have the opportunity to ask me questions live and get a breakdown of what their goals are, because I don't think you can achieve your goal without a specific path. Everybody has to go down their path, right? And this is their opportunity to tell me their goals of what it is and how to get there. And that's from anything. That's from a weight loss perspective, a weight gain perspective, a sports perspective, marathon preparation, powerlifting preparation, bodybuilding, whatever goal you want, I'll give it from my expertise. I've been in the game for about a decade. So you do get a chance to ask the questions to get it from a scientific perspective and a fitness perspective. You dig? And make sure everybody get to their goals. So I'm going to do it just directly for the people. You know what I'm saying? I've done this for my clients. I still do it to the day for my clients. And they ask me questions, and everybody actually got the opportunity to meet each other. So I have clients that don't see each other, but now they have the opportunity to do that. And so a lot of them still link to this day to keep that fitness journey going. You do what I'm saying? So I'm doing great. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to bring it all together, though. But how you feeling, though, bro?
Hey, first of all, that's a beautiful thing, man. Giving power back to the people. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I have nothing to complain about. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. Things are going well in life. Things are going well with the family. Man, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain even if I had something to complain about. So
you know what, man? I told this, bro. They was like, even if you did complain, man, ain't nobody gonna listen to that shit. Nobody really gonna care. But you know what's crazy, bro? It's there's a psychological study that's been done on this, right? And I want to pull it up, but I'm gonna say off the top of my head first before I pull it up. It's the people that complain the most, they call it venting. They say venting does nothing but regurgitate your current problems, and it makes your psychological issues worse when it comes to your venting, because venting doesn't bring solutions. So it gives you an endless cycle of issues, and it always regurgitates in your brain, so you remember past issues and traumas. And so they say that venting is actually the worst thing that you can do when you're trying to grow into being a better person. And you know what's funny, man? I'm like, you know how many people say, man, I need to vent this out, I need to get it out. I'm like,
Right.
okay, cool, but like, what's the purpose? Like, what you trying to do? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I've always thought that, but now like that goal, well, that study now brought it into perspective to say, like, you know what? Maybe we should think twice about venting, man. Maybe we need to pay more close attention to it. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, man?
I think I've always thought about solutions. I've always been a solution based person. If I just felt like I had stuff to talk about, I knew I was in my head too much. You know what I mean? I knew I was in my head too much, and I needed to start thinking, what am I gonna do about it? That was like my trigger for everything. Anytime I thought I had an issue, it was like, all right, what am I gonna do about it, or what outcome am I looking for? Let me get straight to answering that question instead of
Mhm.
just trying to talk about stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what do
Yeah,
I need? What do I need? What am I going after? Like then I'm gonna be able to cut out all that extra stuff. It makes it a lot simpler than just let's vent or let's debate or something like that. Like let me just get to the point. Let me get to what I need.
yeah, yeah. That's true. And one thing that I will say is, like, I believe in being real. I believe that we need to be honest people. Whatever we're going through, right? So if we're going through some bullshit, that's just what it is. But we need to be honest and say it so that way we can bring the light to it and bring some solutions. It's kind of like, now I ain't never been to AA before. I'm just going off of what these movies and people say. But they say the first thing in AA is to admit that you got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's telling the truth. And now you can bring other solutions to it, because without bringing it to the light, I don't think you can solve for that, right? But I get what you're saying. One thing that I've done personally, like for people who may be actually just now listening to this and probably is going through something right now, shit, take a notepad out and write it down. Write down what you're going through. You feel me? And then behind that, bring some solutions, right? So what I've been told is whatever triggers you, like write it down first. And then when you write it down, you can see what triggers you. And then from there, you can think about your future self and where you want to be at. Now, how would that person handle the situation that you're triggered by? And most of the time, it brings you to a different mental space to say, well, you know what? This actually really ain't that bad. I probably would have done blah, 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 blah. And it makes you think, damn, you know what? I can do this right now. I can do this right now. And you can, and everybody can. And that's the thing about getting into a different perspective. Putting things into a different perspective makes you shift the way you feel in these certain situations. I know this is off topic, man. This is coming from straight soul right here. Yeah, I don't even know how we got it. I feel like I just needed to say
Still
that.
feeding the people, man. You still feeding the people. A lot of
That's,
time fitness is mental anyway, so
bro,
it
it
kind of
really
bleeds
is.
in. You got a lot. If anytime I've had a lot on my mind, I found it harder to exercise. I
Yeah.
found it harder to put my all, especially if I had something heavy scheduled or whatever. I've always found it harder to muster up the guts though if I
Yeah.
had something distracting me or something weighing on me. So, hey, it all bleeds in together, my friend.
You do. Yeah, that's facts. And speaking of mental health, it looked like somebody had a mental crisis on your video you had going on a few days ago. Oh my god! So do you want to give the people a little bit about it before we get? I'm gonna click the video, but I just wanted to see if you wanted to kind of
Yeah.
break it down for the people, man.
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, follow me on Instagram at major.mindandsoul. I posted a reel just discussing how bodybuilding is an art form, and that's and in no way did I mean that in a derogatory way. But all I'm saying is it's art, not fitness. Fitness and sport is a performance thing, where bodybuilding is an artistic view of the body. And I was talking about the differences in how we train when we're looking to perform with our bodies versus just make our bodies look a certain way. And
Hmm.
man, people weren't trying to hear it. It was like, but you're gonna get healthy doing bodybuilding. It's the same thing. I'm like, no, it's not. It really isn't because there's levels you're gonna go to that's not healthy. So on. We'll get into it. But yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
stepped on some toes.
yeah, man, and that's the thing about it, man. See, like people can't. Well, before I even get my breakdown, I'm gonna just so for y'all that didn't see the video, I'm gonna play the video. But let me know if y'all can hear it in the comment section when we do that. Shout out to my dog Brown Baldy in the building. What's going on with your big homie? What's going on, man? We about to really break this down. But anyway, so I'm gonna get to the video. Let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section, man. Here we go. Let's get it.
It's pageantry, and some people just don't seem to get it. So let me elaborate even more. This comment says you get healthy, fit, and strong from bodybuilding. No, you don't. So with the exception is you're going to get stronger, sure, but you're not going to get healthy. And let me elaborate and say you're not a bodybuilder, bro. If you're not getting on stage, you're not a bodybuilder. So remember that point. And bodybuilders who get on stage, especially at the professional level, are getting so ridiculously lean that they're not healthy. Their bodies are not meant to get that lean. They're dried out. Female bodybuilders don't even have menstrual cycles because they're so lean. It's so bad for your health. And they're not fit because their bodies are not designed to perform, run, jump, and explode. So you don't know what you're talking about. So I made a...
Hey, man, shout out to my dog. Kendall in the building, bro, because you broke it down. I'm off all wrong one. But I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give Don DeMarco. I'm gonna tell you why, because what you spoke about was it's about the look, and when it comes to competition, the ridiculously low body fat percentage is what people don't understand. They look at what it looks like versus what's sustainable. And I think that they were conflating two different things of what your conversation was talking about, right? So is bodybuilding the ultimate fitness sport? No. I don't think any sport is a total fitness sport. Let's be clear. Everybody has different fitness goals. And I'm just gonna speak from a bodybuilder perspective. You know, you speak in facts because that's why I do different sports. I do boxing, I run, I bike, I do all these different things to ensure that I'm working out properly because I want to be a full-fledged athlete. That's how I start off. And I don't think people just think bodybuilding, oh, you must be healthy. Not necessarily. There's people who have passed away from bodybuilding. And I'm not saying the sport is what's causing it. It's more so about what the people choose to do in the sport. And I'm speaking from experience too. Perfect example. These guys, man, you know you can't drink water the day of, meaning you can't leading up to the show, maybe like 24 hours before, no water. Why? Because you have to be dry for the show, the competition. This way, it shows every little bit of detail on the percentage of muscle that you have. And this is called muscle separation, isolation. Part of the reason why bodybuilders work out for hypertrophy is for isolation for your shows, because they need to be able to see muscle separation and they can judge you based on the physique. And that's what it's called. It's a physique competition. You know what I'm saying? And there are levels when it comes to that. I personally don't do the bodybuilding show. I do the physique competition because I don't have to get as lean as these guys right here. I'm already going to be a lean guy, so it's going to be easier for me. All I got to do is just bulk up and build the muscle. And this is going to be pretty much, I'm like that all year round anyway. So it's not conducive to my health, meaning it's not hurting me because I'm always healthy year round. Now for these other guys, I can't say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where people kind of get misplaced. Now, can bodybuilding help you? Now, before I even get there, the question I think people should be asking, the truthful question is, if you like bodybuilding so much, how can you use it to become healthy? Now, that's a different question, a different perspective, and I can even answer that one because I've seen people who were overweight and done bodybuilding to become healthy. I know overweight ladies who did bodybuilding to become healthy, meaning they taught them how to track their calories and taught them how to track their macros for long-term use. That's a long-term skill that they can now utilize, right? And I think people just get carried away because of what you said, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So yeah, anything else you want to like tell the people about this, man, when it comes to just building, you know, just bodybuilding in general, just in fitness as a whole?
Yeah. And first of all, I appreciate you for having me on in general, but I specifically, I appreciate you having me on to elaborate on this type of thing because I don't want somebody to get it misconstrued. The operative key is to remember is I'm talking about the actual bodybuilders. A lot of people are getting it confused when they watch somebody bodybuild and they
Yeah.
take some of their training tips and now they call themselves a bodybuilder. And it's like, you are not a bodybuilder. That is an
Right.
activity that you do on stage. Bodybuilding isn't something you do on in the gym. It's something you can train
Compete.
for.
Right.
But exactly, it's competitive bodybuilding. So when you're on stage, the process of getting there, as you just mentioned, is actually oxymoronic to general health. Like, what other sport or physical activity would you want to be dehydrated for, right? So that's the part that I'm like separating from fitness and calling it
There you
art,
go. Exactly.
because that's not their goal. Is it necessary? And I'm not even, the funny part is I didn't even bring up drugs or anything.
Exactly. That
You know
I
what I
ain't say
mean?
it, but yeah, that's exactly
I
my
didn't
point.
even mention it. Diuretics and PEDs and all this. I didn't even mention it because even on the natural side, it can be very, very unhealthy.
That's
But the
on.
point
Yep.
but the point that you were getting at that I fully agree with is I think people, when they get in the gym and when they start exercising, they need to think more about what they're doing it for.
Yes.
If you're doing it for health, then you don't need to compare yourself to a bodybuilder,
There you go.
nor do you necessarily need to worry about aesthetics as much. I've always told, like you said yourself, hey, I'm just lean. I'm just like this, right? I'm just like this. I train hard. I train in multiple different ways, and then maybe you do some things purposely when you know you're going to get on stage to be more aesthetic. But throughout the year, you're just training to be in the best shape, the best strength that you can be. And I think that's the part that people lose. They think I'm overweight or I'm way underweight. I need to get bigger or I need to get smaller. I need my shoulder to waist ratio to look a certain way. And I
Yep.
always tell people, I said, there is no way, and I need the world to hear this. There is no way that you can get healthy and strong and fit and not look like it. It's
There you
impossible.
go. There you
It's
go.
impossible.
Bro,
No
preach.
one will ever so for people to be obsessed with the bodybuilding
Preach.
aesthetic when they're not bodybuilding is just they're just getting in their own way. And that's the part that I always tell people, do lift heavy sometimes, at least. Go for a run sometimes. Get your cardio up. Be healthy and you're gonna look great. I can go on for this for days because I got a story to tell you. But I
Man,
want to know what you think. I'll bounce it back to you.
you speaking facts. Bro. Oh my gosh, dog. Like they get so carried away. I'm gonna give them a different perspective, right? This just goes to show a lot of stuff. Now we know bodybuilders are supposed to have this good look, right? And you need to look. There is an aesthetic pleasing point to it. What I mean by that is you got to look fit. Point blank, period. You just go. People gonna judge you. Is my point. I hear this stuff all the time. I know you've seen things about an overweight trainer, an out of shape trainer, bruh. No one's taking them seriously. Let me go ahead and get my soundboard ready.
Oh shit!
Ain't nobody taking an out of shape trainer seriously, my boy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And this is where we have to really get into the deeper discussions of these things, right? And I'm gonna give them another perspective too, bro. It's some bodybuilders that I know who are not strong at all. They live particularly just to look a certain way, and them bulls are bigger than me, but they weak as hell.
Oh shit! Oh
I
shit!
promise you, bro. Some of them don't even lift the 100-pound dumbbells. I'm over here like, what? Let's go. And that's the thing about different goals and different perspectives. So, like when we say, well, I guess I can even ask you this question too, because I think it's a good question. It's more so about like, what do we define as fit? And I think you already kind of went over, a little bit of your point. And I'll bounce to you once I give a perspective on it. What I define as fit is something that is, are you strong? Are you conditioned? Are you mobile? Can you perform? And what do your health markers look like as you are doing these different qualities when it comes to fitness? You know what I'm saying? I'm personally an all-around fitness person. Everything, food, internal, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I'm all that. That's my own general perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Ken will agree, but I'll let you take on that one.
I fully agree. And what I do too, to make it clearer for people is when I talk about what it means to be healthy, I always try to relate it to your real life. So I
Facts.
say you should be able to carry your children up the stairs without losing your breath or dropping them, right? You
Exactly.
should be able to
Yeah.
carry them. You should be able to move a couch or a refrigerator or a laundry machine and not die. You
Yeah.
should be able to bring that up the stairs and back down the stairs with
No
no
problem.
problem.
No
Right?
problem.
No problem. You should be able to carry all the groceries up the stairs, the laundry up and down the stairs. Also, if somebody were to run up and snatch your child or snatch your lady's purse, you should be able to chase them down.
Facts.
Or vice versa, if there's a threat, you should be able to run away long enough to get away. Right? So I try to relate it to people's real life. If your lady passes out on the floor, you should be able to lift her up and
Yep.
carry her to the car. Like
Facts.
I try to, and that's the stuff that people like when they get that in their system, they're like, okay, I can't even lift myself up, right? I
That
can't even lift myself up.
that's a bigger problem,
Any,
right?
yep, yep. Any man should be able to do roughly 50 push-ups at any given time. Like just little things like that. And that's the way you stop thinking about aesthetics, you start thinking about health, and it also shapes not just the way you think, but the way you train, because now you're thinking more about what can my body do
Mm,
versus what does my body look like. And it breaks that chain and you're able to look good on accident, right? And this is the story I wanted to
100%.
tell you is I when I was on my fitness journey, this is about a year ago or so. I noticed I had a certain I know you're probably familiar with it. They call it the Christmas tree on your back, right?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
get that little Christmas tree effect. Again, you know me. I don't train for aesthetics. Well, I was doing some pull-ups and I noticed it and I pointed it out to some guys that I work with, and we were just like, "Yo, I noticed I got the Christmas tree going on. I'm proud of myself, right?"
Right.
Here we go. A few months later, this dude has been inspired by me, and much respect to him. He's been inspired by me, and he's talking about training, and he's like, and I'm trying to tell him like, don't worry about what you look like, just get strong. He's like, yeah, but bro, you were talking to me about how you got the Christmas tree and all that stuff. What if I want that? I was like, man, listen to me. I didn't know I had that until
Right.
I watched myself training. I did that on accident. I
Yep.
managed to look good on accident by just working hard. That's a better feeling. I was never trying to get a Christmas tree on my
Right.
back or the X shape or any of that. It just happened. So
Right.
just train hard and let it happen.
Let
People
your
find
body
that
do what
so
it do.
hard.
That's fact.
Exactly.
Man, people will look at someone, man, and man, that's this is so crazy. We talking about this. This is some psychological shit, bro. Like how he can think, oh, teach me how to do that. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know I had it. What the fuck you talk? I'm just trying to train. You feel me? And that's the beauty of being goal oriented. Because I've always said that your physique is the result of your work at the end of the day. So the work that you put in, your body, your physique, your mentality, all that is a reflection of everything that you have been doing as far as the work. And make sure y'all ask questions in the comments because this is we breaking down some serious game, like on some long-term fitness type of information. Shout out to Game. He said the worst sport to do for health, and it's dangerous. I personally agree with you on the terms of people don't know what they're doing, and people will take it to the extreme and not know. So anybody that wants to start with bodybuilding, I would recommend if you don't know nobody else, get with me because I'm gonna tell you the truth on how to stay fit throughout the whole time so you're not hurting yourself. Because I'm telling you, when you go to the doctor before you do bodybuilding shows, you're gonna be surprised on what your blood work's gonna look like. So I will tell you first and foremost, yes, it's dangerous. So make sure you get with any personal trainer. I got you 100% of the way when it comes to this bodybuilding stuff, man, because you definitely need it. So you are not in danger of messing your health up. Shout out again. He says having body fat that low messes up your hormones, and that's 100% facts. Men, we need to have a good amount of fat percentage and grams of fat that we need to be eating to maintain our testosterone levels. I went over live when we talked about different track your macros, and I spoke about the dangers of having low fat in your diet. It's low fat messes up your testosterone for men. So men, get your fat grams in there. You know what I'm saying? And get your body fat percentage right. Ladies too. Ladies, y'all actually need to have a little bit higher body fat percentage, especially if you're trying to get pregnant. Oh yeah, you need that in a real way. Shout out to Kane says great gyms here. Absolutely, bro. Shout out to Kane says natural is the way to go if you're doing bodybuilding. And even then, you still got to get with a coach because it's the tricks that you need to know to get there that can be dangerous, such as the low water. How the hell are you supposed to get away with no water? I'm telling you, I got some tricks for y'all. If y'all trying to get to it, I can teach you the way so you're not messing your health up. Shout out to Brown Baldy. He said, I've tried the bodybuilding approach and it doesn't work for me. That's why I stick to boxing training. Believe it or not, boxing is probably one of the most, and you can even chime in on this too, Kendall. Boxing has one of the best physiques in sports other than track and field. Track and field to me has probably the best physiques out of any sport that's professional in competition. I think track got everybody beat, but boxing is another sport that will help your physique look more fit, meaning you'll have a better chance of having more muscle than fat. For sure. Let's see what else. So, did you want to talk
boxers
about
look great, man? As I say, boxers look great, and boxing is one of the best ways to stay lean. I don't sweat nearly as much except for in a boxing workout.
Same.
That's the most sweat I'm ever gonna break is when I'm doing boxing. So that's a good way to stay lean.
It is, bro. That's a fact. Shout out to says brilliant points, Cobe. I try to touch on that every day. I already know, bro. Shout out Gang says if I ever compete physique, as far as I would go. Hey man, it's one of the best. And well, I'm gonna give you another perspective too. For people who are easily bigger or they gain weight easy, I even recommend you doing something like a class of physique or bodybuilding, only because you don't have to get as lean if you're already big. So if you're big and trying to cut, you can get away with doing bodybuilding, the category, and still be fine because bodybuilding looks for how big you are with as cut as you are. So if you're trying to get cut, but keep your size, do bodybuilding for sure. But you can do it naturally if you're naturally big because it's a lot easier for you. I'm always on the point of getting to the path the easiest way possible. So for you to maintain a great physique, and if you look better, bigger, I always recommend you to do bodybuilding if that's the case, because people who are naturally bigger are going to look better when they cut. So the bodybuilding category is what you would do best at. And plus it'd be easier because not a lot of people do the bodybuilding category from an amateur perspective. Now, when you start getting to the pros like Olympia, yeah, you're going to have to start shooting that thing up, you heard me? Because you can't compete with them boys out there, shooting it up because it's physically impossible to get that size unless you take something. So that's a gem right there, man. And like I said, we can break it down some more, but I want to give you just from my perspective of what I see out here. Shout out to my boy Jabari. He says, bingo, all around fitness for life. I already know, man. So he does high rocks races, man. This dude, bro, he like David Goggins 2.0, running miles, bro, lifting, deadlifting, doing this. Yeah, bro, he does it all. He just had a competition in Arizona not too long ago, actually. No ego lifting for aesthetics. Absolutely. Shout out again. He says, looking good by just simply training hard is definitely a bar. That's a fact, bro. That's why I train the way I do, man. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, shit, what you mean? I'm a fit guy. I just love to get it. Because if I'm in a situation where I got to tussle, I'll be damned if you're going to catch me slipping.
That part.
Slipping it all, bro. Yeah. So we definitely got some people, too, that we're talking. And we're going to even switch the subject just a little bit, too. Talking about how men should never be in the equation of health when it comes to women getting fit. Yeah. There's a lady by the name of Taylor Chandler. I played her videos multiple times on this show, and they call her the Lady Kevin Samuels. But it's perspective on these things. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to get your take on this video because the video was actually pretty funny, the way she does it. But the questions that she gets is crazy because these ladies are attacking this girl for speaking the truth. There's a lady who commented on one of her videos and said, like, a man should never be in the equation, especially when the matters of your health. Do it for you and for you only because you want to, not for the man. So, you know, we're going to break that down. I definitely want to get your take on it, man. We got to go because I already know y'all want to see this. Yeah, we about to have to go in on this. But let me know if y'all can hear it in the comment section. We got a video from Taylor Chandler. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Taylor Chandler out here, man. So here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear it in the comment section. Let's go.
A man should never be in the equation, especially with matters of your health. Do it for you. Look, no one is arguing that you should not be healthy for yourself. What I am arguing is that there's nothing wrong with also doing something for a man. I think a lot of women are okay with saying that they'd like a man to make more money, to match her wants, her needs, or even her lifestyle preferences. What is so wrong with suggesting that women have fitter bodies to match a man's wants, needs, or his lifestyle preferences? Doing something for yourself isn't the problem. It's the attitude that comes with it. Okay, it's the attitude that comes with it, that comes with the need, the urge to make incredibly clear that you are not doing anything for a man. Okay, that attitude makes even fit women unattractive. A man should never be in the equation, especially with matters of your health. Do it for you. Look, no one is arguing that you should not be healthy for yourself. What I am arguing is that there's nothing wrong with also doing something for a man.
That is all bars. Women are choosing to work out because they want to do it for themselves, but they don't want to do it for the man. What you think about what she said, bro?
That's crazy. And I want to give the commenter some grace. Like I want to, in the sense that like I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, your man said you gotta. But at the end of the day, keeping yourself healthy is a way to show your significant other that you care. That's how you show your boyfriend or your husband that you care, right? Like it's that simple. It's like you keep yourself in shape, not because you want to have a nice looking butt. Not that you want your butt to look good. Keep yourself in shape so that you know you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like I take care of myself so that I'm here for you, so that I'm here for the family. I can have healthy pregnancies. I can carry babies. I can be a good wife mother. Like it's that simple. When you're doing it for him, sure, but you're really doing it for yourself because that would benefit your relationship, which would benefit you. So it's the same reason why it's common sense. It's the same reason why we work out so that we can take care of you and protect you and that we're gonna live long lives. Like it's synergistic. Like, of course, everyone wants to look good, but this is like the theme of the whole podcast. It's not all about looking good. It's about being healthy. And who wants to be with a partner that doesn't care about themselves? Who wants to be with somebody like that?
Nobody. That's for me.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I agree, bro. And I think it's a little bit disingenuous for her to say she can only do it for herself 100% without the man. I think that's crazy because how you expect to be in a relationship with a man if you're not going to do it for him too? You're naturally just going to do it for him as well. Because number one, how you going to get a man without even having the health discipline anyway? First of all, let's be clear. What man going to take you seriously if you're not disciplined in your some type of fitness? I'm not trying to say that you should be a damn D1 athlete, but we need to know that you have some discipline enough to get into a healthy shape, get into a healthy weight. Because at the end of the day, we understand that. Let's say if we end up, me and the lady have kids together, then hey, she's gonna have a healthy perspective because she's healthy. Now she can teach it to the kids, to the children, and we're on the same line path. So it's just crazy that people want to just take a spouse out for health. It's like, how can you even say that? They go hand in hand with each other. It's just like what you were saying. It's they go together. Just like how a woman wants a man, she will look at a man and say, "Man, he's big and strong." Well, we do it because we want to be big and strong too, but we know that it's a benefit to the lady too. Because if something happens, we need to be able to handle ourselves in whatever the situation is for the protection of our family. So we want a healthy lady. So number one, we can have healthy babies. That's number two. You know what I'm saying? We have an aesthetic, but at the same time, it just is something that we need to teach into our culture. In our culture, a lot of times in the Black community, as we see, a lot of us are overweight. A lot of us are not as healthy, and it also has drawback and it has repercussions. So to reverse those things, start prioritizing your health a little bit more, and you'll see the family dynamic switch real easy, really easy. And we spoke about the difference between somebody being fat and thick. And it's just like, yo, you know what we trying to say. We know what thick is. We want fit with a nice butt. You know, that's what it really means. Not like thick as in like big butt, big stomach. Like they think like they prioritize it. So it's like, as long as I got a big butt, my stomach okay. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's unhealthy. And so that's why we have to speak about these things. And we need to get back to men and women. We need to get back to families in general, right? So ladies, get in shape for yourself, but yeah, do it for your man too, because they both go hand in hand. That's how you have better relationships in general. Men too. Men, get in shape, not just for yourself, but get in shape to make sure, like, yo, have something good for these ladies. Like, pick them up. I know I've seen a bunch of videos where it's like, you know, I want to be able to pick my girl up. But shit, we just talked about it today. Yeah, if something were to happen, we need to be able to pick her up, take her to the car for the benefit of the family. So it just, to me, it's a little bit disingenuous for her to say that she has to 100% do it for herself without the man. Nah, she capping, bro. Let's get to some of these comments, man. Shout out to Gaines. He says the track athlete look for me is ideal frame. They agile, powerful, and swift. Only thing they lack is stamina, and that would apply solely to the sprinters, but their stamina is still there. And that can be true too. And that's why it goes back to training regimen style. I train different ways, but I still have the outcome of bodybuilding, even though I train like I'm in amateur professional boxing, just because of how hard I go. And vice versa with some of these sprinters. Some of them, they can even train long distance. Like, you might have them run, a few miles, even though they're not supposed to, but they still do it just to keep that part of their health up. So, and I started with track, by the way, so I already know how that shit go. Did you run track or anything in college or in high school or anything?
Nah, well, I played basketball and football. That was
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I boxed a little. I've actually boxed a little when I was a teenager. I just dropped it and picked it back up in my late 20s. But yeah.
That's what's up. Man, my dad, he bought us a punching bag when we were like 6, 7 years old. So we in there. Well, actually we probably I said 4 or 5. He had us in there with the little boxing gloves. Like, it had the little dots on it. So if you had to fill the dots up, that's how you know you was punching real hard. So we out there, me and my brother just boom, 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 boom. We hitting it, right? So we did that for a little bit, and then I dropped it as well. Picked it back up, some years ago, and got into the ring with a couple guys. Learned a lot, and I just been in boxing ever since. So yeah, man. I played football. I did track, and I did a little bit of AAU basketball, but that was about it.
Word.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Gang. He said, she told no lies. There is a double standard when it comes to the needs of men and women. I agree with that too, actually. I think it's a double standard as it's supposed to be. Let's keep it real. Let's say if a lady goes to the club, most of the time, if she look good, she gonna get in for free. She don't have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I don't care. You gonna have to pay. You got to pay your way. That's just the double standard that we have to live by. Shout out to Be Easy, said that's wow. Shout out to my dog Be Easy in the building. You dig? And speaking of ladies, it's another good thing that we're speaking about this, because I think ladies also need to hear that they need to lift weights more. I think that ladies should, well, first of all, they should do cardio as well, but I think they should be lifting weights too. And I think a lot of ladies have this preconceived notion that if they lift, that they're gonna look like men. Like if they keep lifting, they gonna like have this swole looking bodybuilding man looking. It's like, ladies. First of all, you can't look like a man if you're not a man. You are a woman. So I think the ladies get scared of the weights, and that's we have debunked this shit so many times, bro. But this lady right here, her name is Lace Esick, and she brings up valid points to the ladies on whenever you do lift. It not only changes your physique, but it also helps out your hormones for a woman. You dig? Shout out to Gina in the building. What's going on, Shawty? But let me play this video real quick. I'm gonna get your take on this too, and I think she clocked it right on the head. So let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section, y'all. Let me pull it up real quick. Bam, there it is. All right, here we go.
Women actually understood how much strength training impacted their hormones, a lot more of them would already be lifting weights. When you build muscle, your body releases signaling molecules that improve insulin sensitivity, which is huge because better insulin sensitivity means fewer cravings and less of that stubborn fat that doesn't respond to dieting. It also helps regulate cortisol, and when cortisol is better controlled, women notice better sleep, fewer mood swings, and less of that constant background stress. Strength training also supports estrogen and progesterone balance. This shows up as smoother cycles, less PMS, better ovulation over time. On top of that, lifting weights increases growth hormone, which helps with recovery, metabolism, and energy. It protects bone density, which is so important. So a proper strength training routine for a woman is only 3 to 4 days a week. Just make sure that you're challenging your body week after week, and it is getting harder. If women actually...
She straight spitting bars. She straight spitting bars out here, man. What you think about her video, man?
First of all, I want to say, look at her. Does she look like a man? Don't look like a man to me. Don't look like a man to me, and I'm assuming she weight trains. So there goes that. And but she's absolutely right. She's spot on, man, because you're making your body, flush out toxins. You're making your body rebuild. It's good for you. And the thing that women need to remember too is, grip strength is something that's good for all cause mortality.
Yep.
Making sure you have a strong grip is a direct correlation to how long you will live. Being able to hold yourself up when you're walking on a walker or holding a railing, being able to carry your groceries and move your laundry, having a strong grip is important. Having strong legs is important. I think women think about weight training and they think about dudes doing massive bicep curls. Girl, you don't need biceps like that. Like that don't matter. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You don't need to be bench pressing 2 plates. That doesn't matter.
Right.
But you should be weight training. You should probably have a barbell on your back and do some squats. You should do deadlifts. Doesn't matter how heavy they are. You should do deadlifts. You should do some pressing movements to make sure your shoulders are healthy, your shoulder girdle is strong, your bones are staying dense, you're mobile. You should do these things. It doesn't mean you have to be bulging veins pressing your life out. Like, that's not what that means. Right. That's not what that means.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think she was spot on for sure. And I think women would be surprised. I actually think to a certain degree, weight training and exercising in general will actually help a woman look more feminine.
That's a
they don't really
get down to Marco. That's a fact.
Help you look more feminine. It might brighten up your skin. You might get healthier. Your hair might get healthier. Your curves might be more accentuated. You might look more feminine if you start exercising. You won't have a flat diaper booty anymore. You know what I mean?
That flat TV screen.
Exactly.
Man, bro, you speaking so many facts, man. And shout out to the ladies that I train. I do train mostly girls. And it's so funny because I'm breaking them into the point of working out and lifting weights. They already know now. So they done seen the results. They popping out shit. You know what I'm saying? They taking their pictures. And it's funny because now they love putting on dresses and looking at different parts of their body whenever they do it. So perfect example, like one of the girls I trained, she'll wear a dress now. And so the thing about the girls, what they do is they'll take a picture of their dress, but they'll take a picture of their back. So they have their back. Hear me, bro?
You back? You back?
I'm back. Okay, cool. But yeah, I was saying that they like to take pictures now with their dress on, but they'll have their back out in the dress. And so one of the, I guess you can call them like a little social media trend is the back of the lady. And the only way you can do that is to strength train. You got to build the muscle, right? And it makes you look that much more feminine. So they don't have a muscular back like a man. They have a back like a woman. And, you know, that's one thing that they appreciate because it's like, man, you know, I never really had that. And now it's like they're getting compliments and all this other stuff. And I'm not saying they're doing it for the compliments, but they're doing it because they look good, they feel good, and they're actually doing good. They're doing better. And so that's one thing I want ladies to understand is weights is not anything about looking like a man. When you are a woman and you lift, it's like she said, it's so many benefits to it. You should be lifted because of the benefits that come with it. And yeah, it makes you look more of a woman. You'd be surprised. We looked at some before pictures and after pictures, man, and some of my clients, and they're like, man, I used to look like that. I'm like, absolutely. We dropped you 30 pounds, but we dropped you but built muscle up. And they're like, man, I look great. Absolutely. When you build that muscle, you know what I'm saying? And when they can see it for themselves, it's like a light switch just went on. And it's like when you start lifting, you didn't think about that. They just think, oh, if I'm overweight, I need to run. Let's be clear. If all you do is run without doing anything else, you're going to lose fat and muscle. And that's where things get misconstrued because in the woman culture, they want curves. They want tone and have that ass. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me play my little sound bite. They want that big thing back there. And you're not going to be able to do it just with cardio alone. You do need to strength train. So ladies, think of this is another way to look at it. If you want those curves, you need to be lifting.
It's over 9,000.
You need to be pumping that iron. You feel me? And that's what's like Kendall just said. You're gonna look more of a woman. Your curves are gonna look better. You're gonna look more feminine. You're gonna be in shape, meaning your weight wise, your weight and macro and muscle definition and distribution. All of that's gonna look more aesthetically pleasing to the man because you are going to look more like a woman. Why? Because yeah, you're a woman. You dig? Shout out to Sharp Maternity. What's going on? And shout out to my dog Jay in the building. Shout out to the love, man. But yeah, man. So I always recommend all my ladies get your ass in the gym and lift them weights. Don't be scared. Shout out to Gaines, man. He says, but I don't want to lift weights because I'm gonna look too masculine. Matter of fact, hold on, I got you. What they be saying, bro? They be
like, don't shut your motherfucking face
and lift them weights. You hear me? But yeah, man. So, and that's one thing that we kind of speak of about more is men, when we lift weights, we're gonna look a certain way. Women, when y'all lift weights, y'all gonna look a certain way. That's just the facts. And I tell ladies all the time, and what they'll try to argue with me is, well, these women are muscular and they lift weights. Listen, I've never seen a muscular looking woman that isn't taking anything. That's 100% facts. If she looks dead ass like a man, I promise you that lady is taking something. She's shooting the club up. She taking it, you know what I'm saying? Because a natural woman will not look that muscular. Not in mass. Not in mass. I've seen it because I'm in bodybuilding. So you know I see this shit all the time. But yeah, man. Hey, I like that shirt, bro. What does that say? This said misandry on it.
Yeah, we gotta let them know it's the opposite of misogyny. They be hating them people.
Man, look,
They hate them, man.
tell us what it is, man. Look, hey, it's about that misandry out here. But yeah, we got one more video, man. So there's a lady who thinks that it's being too harsh to be told that she's fat when the truth is, yes, she's fat. But there's a guy that's actually saying it to her, and I think we need to be. Now, people can say, "Oh, he was too harsh. You shouldn't call him fat." Okay, well, listen, if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. But I think it raises a good question and a good conversation to have because I think we live in a world where we're so soft. We're so damn soft that we can't even tell the truth. Telling the truth is too harsh, apparently, right? And so we got to get to a point now where we're going to have to be better people and just take the truth of what it is and actually do better with it. Stop taking shit to the heart so damn much. We got to get into a point where we're going to have to stop being so soft and get into reality outside of the delusion. I think we are in a delusional world in this day and age, in this generation. I looked it up. There was a study out there talking about how this generation has a lower IQ, the lowest IQ of, other generations. And it's just like, well, I think because they're delusional. They just live in a world of delusion a lot of times, and they're not built in reality. So we need, strong families and strong people and strong minds to take hold of this in this leadership thing and increase the intellect of the masses. But we're gonna get to it. Shout out to my dog Kale's in the building. Let me know if y'all can hear it in the comment section. Let me pull up the video real quick. Here we go.
Told you I'm not fat, so that already gives you the description of what I think fat is.
You know you're fat though, right? No. I need to be very clear. Like, it's not joking, roasting anymore. Like, I need to be very clear for the sake of health and the sake of everyone out there. Mm-hmm. You cannot think that this is considered normal.
I'm not fat. I'm not skinny. I'm not fat.
You are fat. This is not an insult. I want to be very clear.
I understand what you're doing.
We cannot do fat acceptance. It is not okay.
I wouldn't consider you fat either.
Girl, I'm obese.
Wouldn't consider you fat.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
It doesn't matter what you do. Science does. It is not healthy. We are not going to live long lives. My energy levels are not as good as other people. My resting heart rate is not as good as everyone else. I am more susceptible to high blood pressure and diabetes. So are you. These are not good things. And this is not the point of this conversation, but the fact that we got down it, I need to be very clear. And it is important for those watching. Accepting this as not fat is just not the real world. That's not the real world, and that is not okay. It's not acceptable, and it is not healthy or normal.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm not fat.
I was hoping maybe you'd kind of come around and be willing to try to live whether or not you live a healthier lifestyle is up to you, but to just accept this as healthy is kind of unacceptable.
I never once said healthy. I just said I'm not fat and I'm not skinny.
Now that we're just on the topic, I really can't allow people out there to. The fat acceptance movement has led to deaths and horrible health insurance premiums for all of us.
Yeah. So I don't have health insurance because I can't afford it.
Oh my.
I told you I'm not fat. So that already gives you the
Wow. She's just a little bit ghetto to me.
Hey man, shout out to my dog Gaines. If denial was a person, and you know what we gotta tell these people?
Shut your motherfucking face.
Shout out to my dog Jay, he wildin'. Shout out to Kelly. He says, good to see you out there the other day, man. It was good to see you too, brother. So man, it's so much to break down. Honestly, we might have to play the video again for real, but wow.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him because he's like, wait, like I'm obese. He's like,
right.
He's like looking at her like, you're bigger than me. I'm obese. She's like, I wouldn't even consider you fat. He's like, I'm obese. I'm past fat. Fat was 20 pounds ago. Like, I passed go. I collected my $200. I've been fat.
God damn it.
Shorty, I just bought Boardwalk at fat. I am way past that. And I've seen people bigger than him, that even bigger than both of them, that still don't want to accept it. But shout out to him for being like, I'm obese, because a lot of people don't realize over half of this country, like 60% of this country is obese, not just overweight, it's obese.
Yeah.
And that's when you cross over to from being too big to genuinely just being in danger. That's how people need to hear that. Like, you're in danger at this point. You got to get back to like, you're a D student now. You're getting 20s in class when you're obese. Like, you're so far behind.
Oh my gosh, bro. And shout out to my dog Jay in the building. He says, I was morbidly obese and I knew I was in bad shape. And shout out to you, man, because you dropped that weight too. And this is one thing that I guess I want to be so clear with this, man. This is a part of the American culture. I blame the American culture part of this reason. I also think that we have two things playing at the same time. I think we have an American culture issue where we just think that that particular look is not obese when we know for a fact it is based on science. The second thing is a little bit of the delusion when it comes to to us. We're too much in our feelings and we can't take the truth. So shout out to him for bringing awareness to the truth and understanding that she was in a delusional mindset. You heard what she just said, right? He obviously had to say she was fat, right? And she was like trying to deny it. And she's like, well, I wouldn't even consider you fat. And it just goes to show, like, are we looking at the same thing? Even he knows he's fat. So if you're not going to consider him overweight when he is obese, it shows the mindset of where people are in terms of health in general. When you can look at you, if you can look in the mirror knowing that you're obese and just say, oh, I'm not obese. This is where this whole body positivity thing has become a virus in the mentality. Because now, oh, it's okay to be a certain weight when in actual fact is not. When you are morbidly obese, you are critically in need of losing the weight because your life is on the line. And this is why the truth is needed. But in this case, was it too harsh? Absolutely not. This man called out his own issues. I'm obese. I need to live a healthier life. Why can't look and do the same exact thing? And I
think I figured it out. I think I figured it out, Saint.
What you got?
I think I figured it out. I think I just coined a term for all time. I think what we have going on is fatflation. Because what I'm thinking about is how could somebody her size not know that or not think that she's fat? It's possible she doesn't think so, because if she lived in Japan, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. She's the biggest lady almost anywhere she goes. If she's in Southeast Asia, she's the biggest lady almost anywhere she goes. Yep. And it's not even to say that disrespectfully, it just is what it is. But because she's in America, I was thinking about this. When I was a kid, we're about the same age. You probably think the same way. Is it just me, or was there mostly skinny people when we were kids? Am I tripping? Am I tripping?
Rarely saw big people.
I didn't see a lot of big people. The people that got teased for being fat when I was a kid were half as big as they are now. They were not that big. Like, I'm looking back at it like, yo, he wasn't even that big of a kid. Like, but what happened is, because the country kept getting fatter and fatter, everybody looks around at each other and say, well, that person's bigger than me, so I must not be fat. That's fatflation.
That's fatflation.
That's fatflation. She's looking around at other people and like, that girl's bigger than me, so I'm not fat. That guy's skinnier than me, so he's not fat because he's skinnier than me. Not to mention, they're both fat.
Man,
it's crazy how that happens. And honestly, that's the scary part of being in this country. But I almost feel bad for people, and that's really why I really want people to start thinking about health markers and how their body moves and operates versus how they look, because you could look around and be lied to easy. You could be lied to real easy. Like, hey, I'm the smallest one in the room. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the smaller people in her family.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yep. So she goes to the family cookouts and they're like, girl, you look good, because everybody's 50 pounds heavier than her.
I blame the Hispanic and the Black culture because we do this shit mostly. Most of us do this shit in our freaking culture. As soon as, I'm going to be honest, I remember, and I've told this story multiple times, there's a lady that I know that was obese. Part of the reason why, because most of her family was obese. The women were. We'll get to that in a second. She knew she had to lose weight because she went to the doctor and was like, hey, man, you got to drop this weight, lady. So she said, all right, cool. She working out in the gym, working out. Bro, she got so fit, bro. It was like she had more muscle than fat. And she was right. For her age, height, her weight was right, but she had more muscle than fat, so she looked trim. And she felt healthy, felt great. Bro, went to Thanksgiving to see the family, right? Now, mind you, she ain't seen them for a while. So she's going to the family Thanksgiving thinking, oh, they're going to be happy for me. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be great. Bro, she get around family dog, they're like, oh girl, what happened to you? You look skinny. What's wrong with you? You look sick. What the hell? What you want some drugs, girl? Bruh, tore her heart apart, bro. She came back to me crying, bro. Came back the next day. I can't believe they said this about me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, now, mind you, I never met her parents. I said, is your family, are they like a little bigger than you or something? They're like, yeah, they all overweight. Well, that's why. Hell, that's exactly the point. They think that something is wrong with you when you are actually healthy, but it goes to show you the sickness that goes into this type of culture, that you can be unhealthy and sick and then tell someone else they're sick when they're actually healthy. That's a damn shame. This is a part of what we do in our culture. We shame being healthy versus being unhealthy. Think about how many times when you walk around somebody say, oh, I don't drink. They're like, oh, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what? First of all, why is it something wrong if I don't drink or I don't smoke? What's wrong with that?
Like, what are you in recovery?
See, we're opposite. We think the complete opposite in our culture. We think good is bad and bad is good. I'm doing something healthy. I'm going to school, getting good grades. What they do? You old smart ass nigga. You old in shape ass. Right. I'm like, bro, what? Like, this is the mind.
You think you hot shit now.
You think you right. You think you better than us. And this is like, I can't believe this is where the result is coming from, where we do this and it causes issues that says, you know what, then F it. I'm not going to do anything at all. Now that's the crab in the bucket mentality. We can't get better. And this is why we have to call out the bullshit. That's bullshit. We should be telling people, look, if you're losing weight, congratulations. Shame the opposite. If you come in overweight, girl, what's wrong with you? You looking too big. You need to drop some weight. Man.
Damn, auntie.
Yeah, you buy wide as that refrigerator. Get your ass in. Hey, look, tell your uncles, hey, unc, hey, you gained too much weight, bro. Look, you put down the beard.
Yeah.
That's what we should, but that's healthy criticism because we're actually looking out for your true health. We clowning you, we making fun, but we know that you need to be in a better shape because we're healthy people. Don't do the opposite. If you're getting good grades, oh, you go good grade. No. Congratulate the good grades. Shame them with bad grades because then when you shame for the proper things, they do better. You're supposed to be mad and upset when someone gets bad grades. This is terrible. Do better. Study more. You're out of shape. This is terrible. Go get into shape. Go run outside because we have to promote a better culture. We have to promote a better culture. And black people, we bad about this. I'm going to tell you right now, we bad about that shit. I remember, man, back in high school, there would be people that would be proud of getting D's on their report card. I got a D. I was like, what? Like, y'all proud of that? Right. I'm like, yo, this is the opposite. You know, luckily I didn't grow up like that, but Lord, I seen a lot.
We got to bring back shame.
We do. We got to bring back shame. And here's the thing: the lady is not bad looking. She's not a bad looking woman. And this is the thing that men say. And ladies, y'all need to put your seatbelt on if y'all get upset about this. If she dropped the weight, she'd be a baddie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
She'd probably be a baddie. If she had dropped, if she got into a healthy weight, bro, and started lifting weights and eating properly, she'd probably be one of the baddest things in her family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, ladies, we say this stuff so that way you can know, oh, well, shoot, let me go ahead and get myself right then. Let me get my situation right. And you know it's going to be some simp, and that's another reason why she probably says it too, because it's probably some dudes that think she look good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't going to keep her overweight. Oh, girl, and that's what these little simp ninjas.
Oh, shit.
These simp ninjas come into play, trying to super save her. You look good the way you are. Trying to get some box. You know what I gotta tell them fools?
Y'all don't shut your motherfucking face.
Boy, they so damn soft, man. Can't even be real. Gotta be taking the back way out. Shout out to Jenny said, once again, take me as I am is the worst. Shout out to you, Jenny. What's going on? Shout out again. Says she knows she's obese. She's just being stupid because she's too lazy to do anything thing about it. And you know what, Gaines, for real? I actually agree with you. I think she knows she probably needs to lose the weight, but I just think that she's so far in delusion land that whenever he told the truth, it was almost like a shock, like, how dare you? It's like, lady, like, this is the reality. We are outside. We know what's what. Reality is, yeah, you should lose the weight, but we've coddled you so much that you damn near take the truth as an insult. Shout out Jenny says, we are outside all day, and I'm not being mean, but we need to bring the bullying back.
Who they do?
I'm with you on that, though. Like, this is part what we just talked about when it comes to shame. We need to shame them. Shout out to Jenny. At my first Black Thanksgiving this year, I was the only white person in there. You was around them hoodlums. My 135 didn't sit well with the aunties. No, really. Now I'm curious, Jenny. What did they say about you being 135? I got to know this. I got to know. Shout out to Brown Marty. He says it's always the black folks with that sick mentality. I think a little bit of Hispanics too. It's a couple of them that be like that. Take your behind to Africa and be a fatty and see what happens then. I think there are certain countries in Africa that do shame you for being overweight. I think. I've never been there. I can't speak about it for sure. But I do think there is some truth to what he's saying. Shout out to my dog Ernest in the building. Shout out to my boy Brown Body. He says, black folks love having an ass backwards mentality. I knew an MFer back in high school who said he was going to beat his son if he made good grades. What? Long story short, that ninja is doing life. Well, you know what?
Damn.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo for him. Let him do life because you should not be beating your son for getting good grades. Now that's crazy. I never seen that before. That's wild. God,
you ever watch the Boondocks?
Oh, I love watching the Boondocks.
Yeah, exactly. It was in the Boondocks. Nigga, I just catch you trying to beat shit. Oh man,
right there. You gotta, hey, get your ass in that room. Man, that's wild, dog. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Jenny says, both of you just have been killing it in the gym. You already know.
Thank you, Jenny.
Oh, that's just so funny. Shout out to Brown Boy. He says, or if you don't watch hood movies, you are lame. Most of these hood ninjas are scary in real life. Let me tell you something, man. That's a hood ninja for you beating your son and for getting good grades. Boy, that's a hood ninja if I ain't see one. Because that is absolutely absurd. Oh, I just read that. Shout out to Gang says, my ass was too big. That's why I'm trying to do something about it. And that's called reality, bro. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying it to our men, and there's nothing wrong with saying it to our ladies. We understand. Matter of fact, we got, before I get to this comment, let me get this comment real quick. Said, lady, get some meat on your bones. Oh, that's what they told you. Get some meat on your bones. That sounds like a Black Thanksgiving.
It sure does.
Trying to make her eat. Trying to make her eat. I'm gonna play this video one more time because it was so much to break down, man. Like it's crazy.
The description of what I think that is.
You know you're fat though, right? No. I need to be very clear. Like it's not joking.
She said no. That delusion number one. You know you're fat, right? No. Oh, well, there you go. That answers a lot.
Roasting anymore. Like I need to be very clear for the sake of health and sake of everyone out there. You cannot think that this is considered normal.
I'm not fat. I'm not skinny. I'm not fat.
You are fat. This is not an insult. I want to be very clear.
You could tell he was hesitant too. Like he was trying not to, but he just like, you know what? I can't take it. Girl, you're fat. You're big back and got
you got a big back.
I understand what you're doing.
We cannot do fat acceptance. It is not okay.
I wouldn't consider you fat either.
Girl, I'm obese.
Wouldn't consider you fat.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
It doesn't matter what you do. Science does. It is not healthy. We are not going to live long lives. My energy levels are not as good as other people. My resting heart rate is not as good as everyone else.
See, and he's giving her facts, and she's like, and whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I'm tired, and this is like, this is why we have to speak about this. They don't even know what true health is. Like, you don't think you're tired. If you're walking up and down the stairs and you're tired, that's a problem. That's why you need to go to the gym. And that's why he's speaking straight facts.
I am more susceptible to high blood pressure and diabetes. So are you. These are not good things. And this is not the point of this conversation, but the fact that we got down it, I need to be very clear. And it is important for those watching. Accepting this as not fat is just not the real world. That's not the real world. And that is not okay. It's not acceptable. And it is not healthy or normal.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm not fat.
What up, CC Love?
I was hoping maybe you'd kind of come around and be willing to try to live whether or not you live a healthier lifestyle is up to you, but to just accept this as healthy is kind of unacceptable.
I never once said healthy. I just said I'm not fat.
Boom. I'm not fat. I'm not skinny, but I never said that I'm healthy. That was his freaking point. That was his freaking point right there.
And I'm not skinny.
Now that we're just on the topic, I really can't allow people out there to. The fat acceptance movement has led to deaths and horrible health insurance premiums for all of us.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. And that's why health insurance is going sky high now, because we make the wrong decisions when it comes to our health. It's super high. We take all these prescription meds because we don't want to lose the weight. Things like GLP-1s have existed, and they're taking it to lose the weight, even though it's a high blood pressure drug. These are all of these things cost money, and it's going to make your premium go up. I spoke about this, I think, last month. If you start eating properly and actually start being healthy, you'll probably, when you go to the doctor, you won't need any of these subscriptions, and it'll be a lot cheaper. Health insurance in general will be a lot cheaper. If we all just were getting to the proper fitness level, you won't need to go to the doctor as much. You'll go for your normal routine, annual checkup, biannual, whatever you decide to do, and you'll do things to maintain and increase your health. There wouldn't be a need for so much money for health insurance in case you mess something up, because if you're making the right decisions, you won't have to have that high-ass premium. They tell you right there, you're at higher risk when you are unhealthy. So it's going to cost you more versus someone who's mostly healthy all year round. You pay the lowest premium because you're less of a risk. If you want to pay more money, you're more of a risk. And in this country, oh yeah, we in that high of a risk because, like you said, bro, what 60% of us are obese? That's a high risk.
Yep. And not only that, but it doubles where if you're unhealthy, you're more likely to have mental health issues too. And now your mental health issues are going through the medical system too. So they get you twofold. Never ending. Yep.
It gets worse. Yeah, it gets so bad. I think more people will be closer to death than anything else. You're killing yourself quicker. You're really just shortening your lifespan. And that's one thing you don't want to have is to shorten your lifespan and then have your mentality gone. Have your mental gone. Bro, it was so sad when I was speaking to someone at my job this past weekend. And this lady, she was like 26. Bro told me she had arthritis. I said, you have arthritis? It confused me because every time I heard the word arthritis, I'm thinking like an older person or someone who's overweight. Man, this girl was 26. Of course, she's overweight. But that young to have arthritis, it's like, okay, if you have arthritis at that age, what's the reason? Oh, I need to eat better. You think? And this is why it can happen to any of y'all. To be in your mid-20s and have something like arthritis is insane.
Crazy. That's crazy.
It is. It blew my mind. But it goes to show why we need to speak about the prioritization of health. It's just needed. Shout out to Brown Body says it's not just the black folks, Americans in general. Yep, we just spoke about it. Have an ass backwards mentality. Shout out to Jenny says, gents speaking facts up there. You know how we do, Jenny. Shout out to Gang says, I can understand the GLP-1 for some people who are 300 plus and up. Though I don't agree, I understand. For anyone else, it makes no sense, bro. Like Serena Williams, make no sense. I don't think they know, but GLP-1 has Hollywood on 10. There's a lot of people taking the GLP-1 drug in Hollywood, and they're promoting it because they're getting sued out the yin yang. They are losing millions, almost billions, because it's so many side effects. So to counterbalance it, they need people like Oprah, Serena Williams, and people like that to get on the drug to get the money back and to keep feeding y'all this bullshit. And they're using Hollywood to get to y'all heads because most of us look up to people like these actors and actresses and these athletes and stuff like that. And they're just pushing y'all to your own demise. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
That's a dirty game right there.
We gonna get up out of here though, man. But any last words, bro, before we get up out of here, dog?
Yeah, man. I was thinking y'all need to get yourselves around some really honest kids. I know that sounds weird, but you know how kids have no filter? A lot of people need to be around some honest kids, man. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Like, shout out to my daughter. I remember my daughter said to one of my cousins, she said, "Hey, why is your belly so big?" He said, "I'm just," because she didn't know no different. He said, "I'm just like that. I'm just like that, love. And you should run more." You should run more. I said, I didn't teach her that. I swear I didn't teach her that. I ain't telling that. I ain't telling that. You should listen to her though. I ain't tell her that. Get around some honest kids, y'all. They'll let you know you ain't arguing with no kid.
Bro, listen, kids gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I was laughing so hard one day, man. Me and my cousins, we were like 4 years old. We went to the grocery store, bro. And this old ass man, like I don't know how he knew my aunt, but they was in there talking. I think they knew each other from the church. And I remember like he had bent down to like talk to us, like knelt down, and was talking to my cousin. He was like, "Hey, little lady." She was like, "Why your breath stink?" I was like, "Yo, that's wild." She said, "You need some gum. Why your breath stink?" What? I remember I was like, "Girl, shut up, get up." We almost got a choke, but the point is, like, kids gonna tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. Like, no filter, bro.
He went home like,
oh, bro,
damn.
it was so funny. All he could do was laugh. Like he said, and then kind of stood back up.
Yeah,
it was so funny, man. Oh Lord, she was like, "Yo, why your breath stink? You need some gum." I was like, "Damn, boy, that shit crazy." But nah, kids will tell you the truth. Kids will always tell you the truth. But yeah, no, for real, y'all get around the kids. Really just sink into reality. And that's one thing that I want to speak about too. Just be realistic in life. Like, there's just the truth of the matter. You can't get away from the truth. I don't care how delusional you are. You can look in the mirror and think you all kinds of fit, but until your ass go run that mile and see your time, when you run up and down them damn steps, and if you ain't fitting into a size gene level that you need to be in, and fellas, if you can't pick your girl up, yeah, you ain't as fit as you think you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it boils down to. Bodybuilding is not the whole 100% fit. All right. You need all aspects level of fit to be considered fit. And yes, let's be clear. You need to look like your ass fit too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the reality of it as well. So I think that we as American citizens need to get into reality and realize where we are. And right now, a lot of us are overweight and out of shape. So we have a critical health issue in this country. So things and getting and talking to people and looking at certain social medias like Rise and Rise Academy, and shout out to Major Mind and Soul. You feel me? So watch us so that way you can get an idea of the lifestyle that you want to live and prioritize, right? And you don't have to be you don't have to prioritize like you're a trainer, but prioritize your health because you care about it. And I think that's going to bring you or get you. It's going to bring you to a long way and a long list of good, healthy things behind you, especially if you're living an unhealthy life. It's one way to turn your life around, 100%. Put down the drinks, man. Put down the alcohol, for real. Put down the drugs. Put down the alcohol. It's not doing you any justice. Like, once you start doing that, like my homeboy, man, thank God for him, man. He stopped smoking probably a month ago. He said he'd been going through some withdrawals, and ever since the withdrawals, like he'd been having like nightmares and stuff like that. But after that, started to feel better. But it just goes to show you what years of just wrongdoings to your body can have on you. And when you get out of that and get into a better mindset, you will skyrocket. you will skyrocket. But we don't even know we're healthy. So once you start doing these things, you'll start to realize how healthy you are or can be. And, you know, sky's the limit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But we appreciate you, Kendall, man. You know, you always welcome to come back on the show, bruh. You know, I got to have you on. I got another guy coming on next week. We're going to talk about holistic health. You know, he's an herbalist. Yeah, so you definitely want to tune into that one too, man. Shout out to him. So I'm gonna bring his name is Danny, by the way. So shout out to Danny, man. He's coming. He's from New York, and so we're gonna chop it up sometime next week. And yeah, I'm gonna make sure I post it live, man. And we're gonna get to some health topics out here in America. So make sure y'all tune into that for sure. Oh, and make sure y'all
doing God's work, Kobe.
What's that?
So you out here doing God's work, my man.
Man, you know, bro, I personally did not realize a lot of the stuff until I started to just talk to people in general. And even how I met Danny was crazy, bro. Like my business partner down here, like that's how we met. And all I was doing was kicking some sea moss to everybody, kicking the game. And they're like, man, you know your stuff. I'm like, bro, because I've been doing it for years and it pays off well. And that's one thing I got introduced to him. And, you know, that's what he does. But he does it from a big business perspective. I mean, he sells to hospitals, man. Like he's changing the game when it comes to prescriptions in medicine. So if anybody were to do medicines when it comes to these prescriptions, he's doing it the way y'all should do it, and that's through herbs. That's through herbal tinctures that's tested on the same grounds and the same mechanisms as them going to get a prescription drug. But it's actually doing something healthy to your body without the side effects. So this is gonna be probably one of my best interviews, man. So definitely want to tap into that, bro.
Word, absolutely.
All right, man. Yeah, but we're gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Jenny for coming on to the show. Shout out to Gaines. Shout out to Tez. What's up, Tez? Shout out to my boy Be Easy. Shout out to CC. You dig? Shout out to Jay. Shout out to my dog Kale's in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Bobby. What up, Charisma? Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Ernest, co-host of the show. You dig? Shout out to Brown Baldy. Shout out to Gaines in the building. My dog Jabari. Shout out to Brandon. You feel me? And shout out to my dog E in the building. And shout out to B. So we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for joining in. Make sure you guys tap in with me with the sea moss. Of course, we got the sea moss gel that's already out. It's boosted with the herbs for fitness. It's the only fitness sea moss you can get. And we got it locally here in the Queen City. You dig? We are also doing sea moss dry packs. So we are selling it by the pound. So we are selling it by the pound. So if y'all want to make your own sea moss, we'll even teach y'all how to do it yourself. We want to make sure the main thing is for y'all to get the health, the vitamins, the benefits, and the minerals that your body needs so you can continue to be a beast out here and be productive. And that's what it's about, being productive out here. So when we're faced with an obstacle, you know what we do? We rise and we rise. Peace.
Fitness is more than just lifting weights. It's about crafting a lifestyle that balances strength, health, and happiness. At Rise and Rise Academy, we believe in fueling your workouts with our specially designed supplements, perfect for anyone looking to elevate their daily performance. Our community thrives on clean eating, staying energized, and finding joy in every step of the journey. It's not just about transforming your body. It's about reshaping your mindset and embracing a sustainable, empowering way of life. When obstacles arise, we don't back down.